Good afternoon, dear traders.
Hello, you're watching InstaForex economic news channel with us, Anna Kasatkina
and Tahmina Salomova.
Now it is time to present a roundup of currency and commodity markets for the last week.
So what were the last week's trends?
Despite an initial rally, the American dollar ended flat last Friday after the US non-farm payrolls report for January showed sluggish wage inflation, underlining in the case for the Fed's patient stance on further rates. The euro was firmly in positive territory and 1.1456, up from 1.1415 last Friday. Flash readings for harmonized Eurozone consumer price inflation showed an increase in core inflation. Headline CPI, however, was in line with expectations and lower than the prior figure. The currency block's manufacturing PMI for January was also in line with the forecast. Meanwhile, the US economy created 304,000 new jobs, the highest in 11 months, beating forecast for 165,000 jobs. The unemployment rate, however, rose to a 7-month peak of 4%. Average early earnings rose just 0.1% compared with expectations for a 0.3% increase. The employment figures failed to produce full-throated optimism from dollar bulls. The greenback had suffered a blow earlier in the week when the Federal Reserve turned more dovish than expected during its first monetary policy update of the year. Despite a lack of new developments on the Brexit front, the British pound was the worst major currency performer, last trading at 1.3086, down by 117 points from 1.3203 a week ago. Broader risk sentiment remained strong after a top US negotiator on Thursday reported substantial progress in 2 days of high-level talks on trade between the US and China. Meanwhile, as of February 2nd, Bitcoin was hovering over the $3,450 mark again. Looking at its weekly chart on CoinMarketCap, its price was about 3% lower than $3,604, the price at which Bitcoin started the week. The combined market capitalization of all cryptocurrencies was equivalent to $114.3 billion, by about 5% lower than $120.4 billion reported a week ago. This is all we have on currency moves for now, and talking about commodities, what were the trends there?
Crude oil prices rose by nearly 3% on Friday.
And what happenings were behind investors' decision?
Prices rose after upbeat US jobs data strengthened expectations for high fuel demand and on signs that the US sanctions on Venezuelan exports have helped tighten supply. Futures extended gains after data showed US energy firms cut the number of operating oil rigs for a fourth time in the past 5 weeks. The US West Texas Intermediate futures ended Friday's session up at $55.26 a barrel. WTI posted a weekly gain of nearly 3%. Brent crude oil futures rose to $62.75 a barrel. The international benchmark closed with a weekly gain of about 2%. At the same time, gold prices slid on Friday after hitting a 9-month peak in the previous session, but still posted a second straight weekly gain after a stronger than expected US jobs report. Gold futures settled down at $1,322.10 on the COMEX division of the New York Mercantile Exchange late Friday. For the week, prices rose by 1.37%.
And many thanks for the updates of the commodities. That was InstaForex weekly review of currency and commodity markets presented by us, Anna Kasatkina
and Tahmina Salomova.
Take care and goodbye.
See you soon.